welcome to the 1-800-Flowers.com how-to video on the holiday flower tree. Let's get started. So here we're going to start off with one whole brick of floral foam and stand it up vertically in our design tray. Make sure the foam is thoroughly hydrated and there's water in the reservoir at the bottom. Next, we're going to take another third of a brick of floral foam, and this is for the large size. We're going to place it on top of the full brick. Place it on top and start to trim the corners of the top of the foam into a cone shape. This is going to help us construct our tree and get the right shape at the end. So just spin it around and trim off the corners at the top. So after trimming, it should look something like this. Next, we're going to take some floral picks and use them to help increase the stability of our tree. Insert the picks at a downward angle. This is going to secure the top brick to the bottom. Now, take some waterproof floral tape and use that to further secure the tree. Make sure you press firmly against the tape to the bowl to ensure it stays adhered, even though it is waterproof. So here we have our first piece. We're going to spin it around, grab some more floral tape, and repeat the same step again. So now we have our picks in. We have it taped up securely to the bowl. But for an extra step, you can also add an additional piece of waterproof tape around the base of the bowl to secure the first two pieces of tape. Again, remember to press very firmly. And now we have the base of our tree created with added stability. Just by starting off by measuring the height of the tree that you are trying to construct. Grab a nice piece of boxwood. Here I found one. Break it apart, cut it on an angle, and clean off the foliage at the bottom of the stem. Again, just to double check the height of where we want to end up. I'm going to light up my measuring tape, note the height, and note where I need to cut this boxwood. Insert it into the foam. And now here, I'm just going to check the top of my tree to make sure I have the right height. I think I need to trim a little bit off. That's a good height to start our tree. Now, we're going to take a bigger piece and we're going to move to the bottom of our tree. Don't forget to clean off the foliage at the bottom of the stem. Insert the first piece at the bottom at the base of the tree. Now, something to take note of is the length that you have on this stem on the base of the tree, because you're going to want to match that width on the other side. That's how we're going to build the width of the tree. So take note of how long you went out on that side and match it on the other side. This is a great starting point for building our tree. Now I'm going to just insert a few more stems. So now we have the height and the width of our tree. I'm just going to grab the measuring tape once again. That way I can measure my width of my tree against the dimensions listed in the design resource guide. And it looks like we're good to go. Now, continue to match the width and build the bottom row around the base of the design bowl. And don't forget to clean off the foliage off the bottom of the stem and cut it on an angle before you insert it into the floral foam. Right now I'm using a knife, but you can also use clippers if you feel more comfortable with those. Break apart the larger branches to fit the length that you need. You can always spin the tree around so you can keep the same width around the base of the tree. So now I just spun my tree around and I'm just going to take a visual of how far I'm going to go out on the other side. Now, the really great thing about boxwood is that they're such a hardy foliage that you could really start creating these trees really early on in the season. And as long as you keep them cool and hydrated, they're going to last for you. So now you can see the base of your tree all around. Now on one side, I'm going to start to build my tree up. We're going to go up the side, and as you can see, as we get higher, the stems are going to get a little bit shorter. This is going to really marry the height to the width to form the outside shape. This is the line I'm trying to follow. I'm going to continue to build using smaller pieces towards the top. Trim off any pieces that stick out so you can really keep the shape of the tree and use this as a guide for the rest of our tree. Now I'm going to start on the other side to make sure I can visually see that my tree is symmetrical. Now just spin your tree and work around, repeat on the same side. I'm going to speed it up here so you can see that once we have our basic shape on all four sides of the tree, we really just need to fill in the empty spaces to construct our tree. Now just grab some clippers and just use these to clean up the shape of the tree. And here we have our final product. We've completed the 1-800flowers.com holiday flower tree.